What is up YouTube, and welcome to this Captain Marvel video. So finally we have had the images drop in Entertainment Weekly for Captain Marvel. We've had quite a lot of information come out as well, a lot more than I was personally expecting before the trailer for the movie even actually comes out. Now the biggest takeaway, apart from one other thing I'm going to be talking about, is the fact that this movie isn't an origin story whatsoever. They are treading the line that they did with Spider-Man Homecoming, where the character already has their powers. So in the comics, we did have poor old Carol Danvers get trapped in a Kree psych magnetron device, and her kind of DNA was merged with Captain Marvel, played by Jude Law. Here, she already has her powers and has gone on to join the Star Force. Now, she is going to be involved quite heavily in this upcoming kind of Star Force, and she will be involved in the Kree-Skrull War. So this Star Force is actually a Kree fighting force in the comics, and they're changing this a bit, changing her kind of origin quite a lot here, to be honest, where she already has her powers and she has gone and getting involved with the Kree-Skrull War with Jude Law's Captain Marvel as her mentor. Of course, Marvel was a huge kind of character within the Kree community and planet, so that fits in very, very well there, to say the least. Now, what is really weird here is the fact that we see a picture of this Team Star Force. I expect that we have the evil Kree, and I would definitely expect that the Kree are sort of the villains of this war, because there's got to be a villain of each war, and considering the fact that she has joined this Star Force, she's probably thinking that she's doing some good. It's probably, I expect this Star Force to be a version of the Nova Corps that the Nova Empire actually have, and this is the Kree version here. So Ronan the Accuser is involved heavily in this, and of course he was one of the antagonists in the Kree-Skrull War in the comics, so we see quite a lot of Ronan here with the group. And we do actually have the Korath, so Dijon, the actor, Korath, his henchman, is actually involved and is on the Star Force. So it's really, really interesting to see here what is going on and why they are actually kind of together, why he was here. And let's not forget that the Kree, he had some very extremist views in Guardians of the Galaxy, but here he is a high-ranking member of the Kree society, so I expect that the events of this movie will lead to him become more of an extremist. And let's not forget that the Nova Corps have been at war with the Kree for over 1,000 years. So this will then go towards him meeting Thanos as well, and I expect he probably might actually meet Thanos in this movie, or maybe in a post-credits scene or something like that. Probably more of actually in the movie, or hinted towards the end. Once he's finished his kind of fight with the Skrulls, he will then point towards that and hear of a mysterious benefactor who will turn out to actually be Thanos. But we will see the origin of how he became more of a fringe extremist, because let's not forget this is actually set in the 1990s, so it is over 28 years moving on from this towards Guardians of the Galaxy, although it was in 2014, so more about 24 years there as well. My maths is absolutely terrible. So moving forward, that's going to be happening here, but the plot, of course, is not going to be kind of completely in space. I expect she'll be fighting and then hear of the new threat, which is the Ben Mendelsohn character who is playing Talos, the leader of the Skrulls. Now, the Skrulls, this is big. This is big because this sets up ramifications and possible hints towards Avengers 4, although they may resolve all of this plotline with Secret Invasion. So while obviously in the comics we did actually have the Skrulls kind of infect Project Pegasus, which was the energy thing, or kind of energy sort of part of S.H.I.E.L.D. from Avengers in the first movie, well, they aren't going to be infiltrating this, and we see the Skrulls land on Earth with Ben Mendelsohn taking the human form character, which his comic book counterpart didn't actually do. So they will be invading Earth in a secret manner. So this is a version of the Secret Invasion. Not the Secret Invasion, but it's a Secret Invasion nonetheless. But it also does set a precedent because, well, in the MCU, we haven't seen any Skrulls as of yet that we know of. Now, anyone is fair game for being a Skrull. So what is happening there? Now, of course, the iconic, the green suit we've seen so far is the Star Force, and we see a better look at her red and blue, which looks absolutely stunning. This is this kind of suit I expect her to be once she teams up with young Samuel Jackson, young Nick Fury. I expect her to possibly have this suit at some point throughout, near towards the end of the movie, and this is what she'll be using when she is called to action. And we're already getting a hint towards why she's been sent into space, and I expect even more so that this is possibly due to Thanos. But this is set in the 90s, so we're going to see some absolute badass songs in this movie. Already seen Guns N' Roses, 9 Inch Nails kind of seen on set, kind of in her t-shirts as well. So I'm excited to see where this actually goes next. Now, of course, we have a few other characters as well. We have the mother of Monica Rambeau, one of the people who actually became Captain Marvel. She was exposed to some photon kind of stuff. So Maria Rambeau is in this movie as well. I expect she possibly might be a co-pilot or a fellow pilot of Carol Danvers as well. But it's interesting that we will actually have Jude Law playing the mentor. I expect him possibly to die at some point, possibly at the hands of a Skrull, which will lead her towards Earth. However, this is big. I'm excited. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.